How do you react when you hear that you have a pregnant house girl? Continue watching as I tell you the story of my life. Hi guys, so today I'm here to give you gist and also rant about something that is bothering me and has been happening to me for a very long period of time. So if you're not here to listen to my gist or hear me rant, you can click the link in the description box so that you can get to watch other of my videos. But if you are here to listen to my gist, oh yeah, now let's go. So I'm one person that is very known to like her personal space. I always like just being in my space. I don't like too much crowd. I visit people when I want to visit people, and then if I don't want anybody to visit me, I just lock myself and have my me time. So when I got married, it was just me and my husband at that period. So before you know it, I got pregnant, and then I gave birth. I took care of my baby for almost a year and 3 months without anybody's help, without anybody's assistance. So in January, after much consideration and after a lot of persuasion from my friends and family, I decided, okay, no problem. Let me get a girl, let me get an assistant so that she can help to release the burden off of me, especially as I was working and I was doing business together. Then I contacted one of my friends because she also had a girl, like almost like a nanny. I contacted one of my friends and I was like, please, help me. I like this your nanny, and I want if she has a sister or a cousin that she can send down to me so that she can be of help to me. And she was like, okay, no problem. That she has a cousin. She has a cousin, and she's going to call her and ask her if she wants to do the job. Fortunately, she called her and asked her, and then she was like, okay, no problem. That I just have to pay her transport money down to Lagos, then she can start work. I said, okay, no problem. How much is transport money from Benue to Lagos? That was not a problem. I'll pay. So I sent them the transport money, and the girl came to Lagos. I went over there with a nurse friend of mine. We took the blood, and then she took it to the lab for testing and found out that okay, she was negative of HIV, hepatitis, tuberculosis, and pregnancy. So she started work in January. All of a sudden in March, she now came to meet me, and she was like that her dad is very, very sick, and her siblings said that she should come and take care of the dad. I was like, okay, no problem. You want to, if you don't want to. Before you know it, in the evening, her brother called me and said I should, in conclusion, and I said, okay, no problem, you can go. The next day, early morning, she carried her things and she left. She was like, she was going to still come back. The next morning, she carried her things and she left. All of a sudden, weeks later, I checked my WhatsApp. I saw her in a house, dancing, shaking her bum bum, wearing tank top and bum shorts. I was like, wow, is this the life that this one wants to live? I thought her father was sick. She would dance like this, dance this way. And she was 19 as at that time. I was like, okay, I'm tired of all these young girls. Be like, say their eyes still there for outside. So let me take the elderly ones. So that was how that same friend of mine gave me a contact of an agent that gives her girls to. So immediately he brought the girl to me, and all of a sudden, I think the girl spent like 3 months or so. She was dirty. She couldn't speak English. As in, she was the madam of my house. She would sit down in my parlor, cross her leg, or put her leg on top of my chair and be laughing, watching movie. The only consolation I had with this girl, and if you see her legs that period, I forgot, bleached. Like some of my colleagues, when I go to work with her, they'll be asking me like, how did I take this girl as a helper? Did I not see her? Like, I beg me, I don't judge people by their color. I don't judge people by what they look like. And then she was always fond of talking, auntie, I will come, auntie, I will go. And me, I was training a toddler at that age. I was like, how can I be speaking pidgin English? We'll be speaking in pidgin English. This girl doesn't even understand English. How is my baby going to cope in this life that she's coming like this? God help me. That was how, I can't even remember how she left again, but I know that something happened. I can't remember, but I know that something happened, and then she left. Oh, I remember how she left now. So she has a son. She's actually 18 years and she had like a 3-year-old son. So she told me that they called her from the village, that the baby is not feeling fine, that she should come and take care of the baby, that she's going to spend only 1 week and she's going to come back to Lagos. I said, okay, no problem, you can go. As a mother that I am, if my child is not feeling fine, I'll drop everything that I'm doing just to ensure that my kids come out healthy and okay. So I allowed her go. Could you believe that all through the journey, she didn't call me once? She didn't call me the second day, third day. After 1 week, she didn't call me. So there was a day I picked up my phone. I actually called her to ask her the health and status of her child, and she said he was getting better. It passed 1 week and then I didn't hear from her. She didn't call me and I called her back. I was like, why are you not around? Why are you not here? Are you not coming back? Auntie, I will come back. Auntie, I will come back. Well, me, I don't have patience. I just ended the call and moved on with my life. Then, this same friend of mine again brought me another girl from another agent. That one, the man was something else. In fact, I'm not going to leave any filter in this video today. I'm so sorry because I might be angry, cursing, but just take me like that. So the man was something else. He was unprofessional. He was disrespectful. He was rude. I paid him agency money, and then if I call him, he doesn't take my call. He doesn't pick my call. He'll send me a message. I'm praying. I'm busy. I'm going through a lot right now. I can't take calls. And I'm like, you didn't tell me this thing before I paid you agency money. It's now that I've paid you agency money that you're coming with one story or the other. So finally, he now sent me one girl. So the girl came to my house. Normally, I won't say I'm a state. There's some states I do not like, but then again, she was from a state. She was from one state that I was not very comfortable with. So when she came, I was like, and she was big, she was tall, and she was older. I think she was like 21 then. So when I saw her, I was like, how are you? How are you doing? What do you do? I'm not comfortable with this your state. I don't always take people from these states because they are the states with like the highest population of witches and wizards in Nigeria. I don't really take people from this state. But then again, I listened to her talk and she said something that really wowed me. She was like, Ma, don't worry, I will never ever give you any problem. The moment I start giving you problem, just pack my load. I'll just pack my load and go. There's the way she put it, like, just throw away my load. And I was like, oh wow, I like this confidence. No problem, I'll choose you. All of a sudden we started work. 1 month later, she called me. So she had an auntie that she was staying with, and the woman traveled abroad to Canada with her family. So she was like, the auntie called her that she wanted to start processing her papers and she needed to go to her school to get some documents. I was like, oh, okay, no problem. You can go and get the documents and come back. She was like, no, that the auntie told her to go and be living in Ikeja with her grandparents while the process is on. And then she didn't actually tell the auntie that this is the kind of job she's doing now. So I said, okay, no problem. So that means you want to leave, Abi? She said, yes. I said, okay, no problem. You can go. So that was how she left. Till today, she keeps calling me, oh, you're the best. This, that one. So apparently, I think it didn't work out. The travel plans didn't work out. So she kept on regretting, calling me, talking to me. Even her mom, they keep cursing the sister, blah, blah, blah. But I really don't care. My own is ahead. I'm moving on. So the first agent guy got me another girl in September, and she was a good girl, very homely, respectful, God-fearing. She used to do her job diligently, do everything. So as at that time, the business was growing, the business was expanding, and then I thought about it. I was like, my darling, we can't be doing this thing alone. I think I need to employ someone else that will be taking care of the house and the duties of the house while I move you to a staff in the business, because she was very, very good. I taught her how to cook actually, and she learned fast. She was very tidy, as in she had some characteristics that I really, really liked. So then in January, we now employed another girl. So there were 2 in the house. So all of a sudden, I noticed that at some point I told myself that this thing might bring up an issue. You have 2 girls that are from 2 different backgrounds living in the same house. But then again, I was like, okay, I'll be able to handle it. I'll be able to manage it. All of a sudden, the first one now started misbehaving. the one that I really liked, actually, the one that was good. She started misbehaving. You tell her to do something, she'll be carrying her face. You correct her on something that she has been doing all the while, she will not take correction. She was very negligent at work, very sluggish, almost to the extent of even talking back. And I woke up one morning and I said, you know what, pack your things, you're already going. I think our time is up, your job has been terminated. And then that's how she packed her things and left. She was very, 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 very close to my friends, close to my family. I mean, she's somebody that was very relatable, so people didn't have a problem relating with her. So it now left me with one girl in my house. As that my girl left, I now started seeing some dirty characteristics. That girl was dirty. The one that she left behind was dirty. I mean, she had issues with throwing containers and wrappers of things. You will not believe that if she uses tissue paper, I'm the one that is going to throw away that inner part of the tissue paper for her. She stores like 10 in her bathroom. Do you know that she will go to the toilet? I'm the one that will flush the toilet, because I will just enter in there randomly and just meet pee or poo in the toilet. She was dirty. She didn't used to wash her clothes. She will eat and leave the plate in the room. Do you know that when I started talking to that girl that left before her, she was like, sometimes that she would even see her period and there'll be blunt things around the toilet. My God, she was dirty. Where it got so bad for me was my baby's bottles were so dirty. Sometimes you see cockroaches inside her sippy cup, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'd rather just do this thing myself. There's no big deal over it. That was how I told her to leave. You will not believe that the day I told her to leave, before I told her to leave, that morning I woke up, cleaned the house. She watched me. I talked about it, clean the house, clean that. She didn't want to do it. She watched me clean the house, so close. She was just sitting down on the bed, lying down. And then my husband was like, why are you still keeping her? Why is she watching you walk? Just allow her go, let her go. And that was how I told her to leave, and that was how she left. So after she left, I was without a girl for months, and I was pregnant. I got pregnant with my second child. For months I was without a girl, so I was doing my thing myself, struggling myself. At some point it became very difficult running the business, going to the office, taking care of the home. So I decided, okay, no problem, let me get another person. And then that period, girls were just difficult to come by. All the people they were sending to me, I didn't like them. They had one come out or the other, so I just let it be. So we now finally found one girl, and then okay, she came, she was tall, but she was very sluggish. Do this thing, she takes like forever. Do this thing. You will not believe that girl did not spend up to 1 week in my house. She locked my husband 3 times outside. Odogu, how can you lock Odogu 3 times out of his house? What's your problem? So he woke up one morning and told her, okay, since you are now the master of the house and I'm still the owner of the house, pack your things and be going. And me, I supported, because I told her severally, stop doing it this way, do it this way, don't do it this way, do it this way, don't do it this way, do it this way. And then maybe, I don't know, her village people did not allow her to hear word, and that was how she left. So pregnancy was really taking a toll on me at some point. So I messaged the agent and he sent me pictures of 2 girls. And I liked the first girl, I connected with her, but the second girl I was very, very indifferent. I didn't really like her. So I told him to get me the first girl. 3 days or 4 days later, he messaged me that the first girl was no longer available, that I should go for the second girl now, that she's very, very hardworking, I would like her. You know, he was very persuasive. I would like her, she not worry, she's hardworking, she won't give me problem. I said, okay, no problem, let me take the second girl. It's not just to sweep house and all of that. I really need somebody that would assist me, somebody that would help me, even if it's to go to market, come back, do 1 or 2 things in the house. That was how this girl came. As this girl came, I couldn't stand her. Like, I couldn't even eat. She couldn't serve me. It was that bad. Dirty attitude. She was quite disrespectful. I remember a time I was making my baby's hair and she was by my side singing with a loud voice, and I told her, stop singing. Reduce your voice even if you want to sing. It'd be like saying that was when she increased her voice. It was so loud. I just told her, thank God I don't even have your strength. I don't have time for you. The person that has time for you is my younger sister, and she's not around, or one of my very good friend. They are not around. Once I call any of them now, if they come here, they will make sure that they slap you. because even me and you, we are not mates. So I don't really understand the reason why I'll tell you not to do something and you do it worse. So at that period, I was having constant migraine. I was always tired. The emotional and physical stress was weighing me down. I was in and out of the hospital almost all the time. Even at some point, I had to go to my family house. I took 1 month rest off work. I had to go to my family house to rest because of the pressure of, working, taking care of the family, taking care of the children. The doctor advised me to go on bed rest. So that was how she was important. She was useful then, taking care of my getting my baby to work and all of that. But the girl had such a very dirty attitude, like I couldn't stand her. Okay, I think in November or so, we traveled for a wedding. So my friend went for the wedding, but she didn't go with her husband. So her girl too was in the house with her son. So I begged her that, please, can my girl stay with them in the house while we go for the wedding together. All of a sudden, when we came back, after she misbehaved, did a lot of drama, said she was talking back at me and all of that, I sent her out of the house. Do you know that it was later that my friend's husband was confessing to me that, every time the girl wants to dress up, she wants to change, she'll be naked, like she'll purposely open the door naked and be singing. She'll come to the parlor, sit down in the parlor with him, like Madam and Oga. And I'm like, all these girls, how do people get such guts? What's really going on? Can I not get a decent girl in this life? So before I gave birth, so I don't know, a lot of people spoke to me about getting that my first girl. That girl they were two, the one that was working with someone else. A lot of people were like, she's very good. She used to message me, she used to check up on me. I used to message her back because I'm very bad at, once I've sent you out of my house, I've sent you. I don't know how to keep communication with my helps. So she used to reach out to me, send me messages, I don't reply. So that my nurse friend was like, that now that I want to give birth, I know that I really need somebody. And apparently it looks like where she is, she's not comfortable there, because she keeps reaching out to me, reaching out to my friends, reaching out to everybody around me. And I should try and message her. I should try and get her contact. I should try and message her back, talk to her. Okay, so I got talking with her, we got close. I found out that she was working in a factory and the job was stressful, and she actually wanted to come back. So I asked her, I asked her blatantly, do you want to come back? And she said yes, she'll be so happy to come back. And I was like, okay, no problem. But I was still thinking about it, trying to consider it. Then my nurse friend now spoke to me and said, let her come. What's there to lose? She was a good girl. She's one of your girls that everybody likes. I liked her. Everybody likes her. So I said, okay, no problem. Let her come back. So she came back, and 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, I gave birth to my son. So after I gave birth to my son, thank God for her being there. She was the one that was with me throughout the omugwo process, taking care of me, taking care of the baby, taking care of my daughter, taking care of my home in general. And so today I'm grateful to God for that privilege, because I don't even know how I would have done it. So later she called, her family sent for her that her mom was very, very sick and she needed to come to take care of her mom in the village. So she cried. After much persuasion, crying and all of that, she left the house. I was very, very sad. It took me a lot to, get over that feeling, because I just felt that was my end, that was my last. I didn't want to start looking for somebody, and she left me at the crucial stage, like I think 3 weeks or a month to when I was supposed to resume work. So it was difficult for me. I was just thinking of how I was going to navigate the new baby, my daughter, my home, my business. It was a very emotional and like cuckoo time of my life. So then 2 or 3 days after she left, even before she left, so my husband was speaking to one of his friends that there was an agent that got him a girl, and the girl was very nice, the girl was very good, from Abuja, that she should send the person's number. So they got talking, and then all of a sudden they was like, okay, he was like, the agent was like, there was a girl that was available, the girl is going to come, we're going to have to pay for a transfer from Plateau to Abuja, and then from Abuja to Lagos. Okay, we are the ones that need girls now. We are the ones that need a girl. Without seeing the picture, we now paid 8,000 to 15,000. She came to Lagos. She got to Ojota Park. She was like, she does not have any cash with her, that she does not have any money. I said, I don't understand. you are in Ojota, you don't have any cash, you don't have any money. If I throw money from where I am to you, it can never get to you. So what do you want me to do? Okay, go and look around for any POS person so that I can transfer to the person, they will give you cash. She was just nonchalant, talking, just very nonchalant. Later, she now called me and said she has seen a cab man, that the man wants to carry her 5,000. I was like, you want to use cab from Ojota, just in Lagos? You want to use cab 5,000? Do you think I pluck money? Do you think there's somewhere I just store money and then I'll just go and reach out to it? If I pay your cab 5,000, you are going to work. I'm going to remove it from your salary at the end of the month. She now said, no ma, okay, let me find a way, let me look for a way. That was how she now finally came home, sent her address. She finally got to my house. My friends were telling me I should ask her how she got her when she didn't have cash. But I was like, I beg, that's really not my business. I don't have time for that. So this is somebody that had already spent almost 45,000, her transport, tests, and whatnot, just to get her to my house. So after doing that, now 2 weeks later, one afternoon, I entered the room. She was crying. I said, what happened? She said she lost her sister. Her sister is dead. Okay, even before then, she told me that her sister was very, very sick, that they took the sister to the hospital and found out that the sister had cancer. So me, I was just like, I consoled. I was like, okay, no problem. Try and take care of yourself. Don't worry. Everything is going to be okay. Just try and be checking up on them and all of that. So the day before that, she now met me that she wants to collect her salary in advance so that she can send it to her sister for her surgery, that they found out that the sister had cancer. So me, I was like, okay, no problem. Let me speak to my husband first, then I'll get back to you on that. Before you know it now, the next day she said the sister had already died. So I sympathized with her. It was so painful. It was pathetic because losing someone to cancer, I've not lost anybody to cancer, but I can just imagine how terrible it would have been. The worst way anybody can die is through sickness, because it's a major stress on the person and on the loved ones. So that evening, as I was in the kitchen doing the dishes, because I just excused her that day, I just allowed her that day to just mourn her sister and get herself. So the next day, as I was in the kitchen doing the dishes in the evening, she came to meet me and said that her auntie said she should pack her things now and be coming to Abuja tomorrow. And I just looked at her like, does your auntie know that you're working for somebody? How can you all of a sudden just come? It's like, it's not even up to 2 weeks you've been here, and then your auntie now says you should pack your things. So at that moment, I was very shocked. Why I was shocked? Because one of the reasons why it took her, she's not the best person I've had. She's not the neatest. She's not the most hardworking. But then again, she was older. She had like 2 children of 6 years. She was older. So I just felt, okay, I was tired of all these young girls drama. Let me get an older person so that you will not wake up tomorrow and tell me that somebody say you should come to the village, somebody say you should do this one, somebody say you should do that one. And then my auntie was not telling me. I said, your auntie said that you should come to the village. Does your auntie know that you're working for somebody? I cannot just wake up one morning from my office and tell them that, oh, I'm not going this because I'm doing this. My dear, you just started working with me. It's not even up to 2 weeks. You have not even worked anything. You just want to carry your property back to plate. That's not how it's done. Even the salary that we're even saying that you want to work for, you have not even gotten anything. You've not even done anything. After much conclusion, I spoke to her. She gave me the phone to speak to her mother, gave me the phone to speak to her father. In fact, the last part was the part of me speaking to her father was the last part for me. That was when I told her to just pack her things, because the father started talking to me anyhow. Because I told them, I said, if people want me to allow your daughter come back, that you need to pay my transport money. I mean, you need to pay me back the transport money I spent on her. She had never started working. I spent almost 48,000 naira on her. So who pays me back that money? Who gives me back that money? All the transportation, test results, everything. it was really unfair to me. So the man later started saying, so money is more important to me than family. I said, Oga, just give me the money. I'm not saying money is more important to me than family, but just even if it's half of the money, if I was the one, if it was your daughter that paid that kind of transport money, she would not all of a sudden just immediately say she wants to be going back. I don't even think she stayed in my house for up to 2 weeks. I think it was a week. And so after everything, the father was like, I don't know you, you don't know me. So my father died. You don't want my daughter to come for my father's burial. I said, your father died? I thought it was your daughter that died. I thought it was her sister that died. How come it's your father now that is dying? So the man was like, his father died. I should not behave that way. That's so what of if my father dies tomorrow? Am I trying to say that my daughter cannot come and see me? Blah 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 blah. And I'm very, very wicked. I should try and be considerate. And the funny part was like she had language barrier. So she couldn't speak English, she couldn't talk well. And I was just wondering how, that I'll be speaking pidgin. Carry this thing, go there. That's how I was talking to her. And you say it like 3 or 4 times before she can understand. And then I was speaking to the father, and the father could understand English so well. He was talking so well. He was so fluent. Well, after talking to the father, what even hurt me was in the midst of that anger, as I was cooking that day, my food was already burning. As I brought down, as I raised up my hand to get plate, all of a sudden like 3 or 5 plates fell and they broke. And some of the plates there, like there's one of the plates there that was 4,000 naira for one. In fact, I was so devastated. I've not only lost money, I'm losing properties too. I just told her, you know what, just pack your things and start going. Don't worry, you can go. Don't pay me money, don't do anything, just be going. Before you know it, I just passed the room. I saw her crying, shedding so much tears. I didn't even answer her because I was already in so much pain. Like, sir, you don't know me from anywhere. You're just talking to me anyhow on the phone. Like, I remember, if this thing was a corporate job, will you just call your daughter all of a sudden and tell her to leave the company? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. But then again, it is what it is. Let her go. All of a sudden, as I was in the parlor with the kids, she brought phone again to me. Auntie, my sister wants to talk. I said, please, I don't want to talk to any of your family members. I've told you what to do. They say you should come. Carry your things and go. I'm not asking you for any money. I'm not asking you for anything. Just go. Let me have peace of mind. And then as she left that day, she kept on calling us up and down. 5 a.m. I'll see my phone will ring. Why are you calling me? After my morning alarm, the next person is her call. Why are you disturbing me? Later she spoke to nurse. Nurse was now telling me that she said she wants to come back on Monday. She's coming back on Monday. I said, she's coming back to where? She's coming back to where? I mean, is it your house she's coming to? Because she cannot be coming back to my house and I don't know anything about it. I don't even want to know anything. She should not come back. So nurse decided that she's going to tell her that I already have a girl. And that was how that matter ended. So my last girl saga. This is our Abuja agent. So he was he was the one that brought the girl now. So after that, he now sent me a picture of another girl that this girl can start coming right now. I saw the girl. I said, okay, she's good. And then I had already previously given his contact to one of my friends that needed the help too. So he also sent her a picture, and he was like, he's going to put the both of them in a bus and they are going to come back that day. They're going to start the journey that night. So I was like, okay, no problem. Later he messaged me transport money. I was like, so I'm going to pay transport money again for this girl. And I told him, I said, no problem, I'll give you transport money. After all, it's like 15 to 60,000. But what you're going to do is that you're going to tell the girl that at the end of the month, I'm going to collect that transport money out of her salary. So he spoke to the girl agreed. As the girl came, we paid extra money for cab as usual from Ojota to the house, 5,000. That was how the girl, Nosi, now came that evening and said she wanted to do tests, took their blood and everything and went to the lab. So I took her to the house because I was in my friend's house at that time. So later in the evening, I took her to the house. She showered. I gave her towel, sponge, toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, Said, okay, no problem. Rest, feel free, feel at home and all of that. Asked her questions. I found out that, okay, she was a relatable person. She was quite open and I liked that about her. She was expressive. All of a sudden, the next day, I now called Nurse. Nurse, how far? How was the result? Nurse was like, I should not worry that she's coming to the house. So all of a sudden now, Nurse now came to the house and showed me the results. As I opened the results paper, pregnancy positive. I said, I don't understand. You came on Thursday, you came on Wednesday. I'm doing tests for you now. Your results you show pregnancy positive. That was how I called the girl. I said, are you aware that you are pregnant? Do you know that you are pregnant? I'm not pregnant, oh, I don't know. I said, I don't understand. Immediately, I now called the agent. So you sent a pregnant girl to my house or what? I said, no, that he did test for her hepatitis B and HIV, that he didn't do the pregnancy test. He just asked her when she saw her period and she was like, last month. And I even asked her I said, when did you see your last menstrual period? She said last month, that she's hoping to see this month. I said, not hoping to see anyone, no. You're already pregnant. You're already carrying a life inside of you. So the thing got me confused. I was like, after spending money again, what kind of problem is this one? So I was just like, okay, no problem. So people were advising that I should just allow her to work for her 1 month, give her half of the salary, as we have agreed that the remaining half will go into her transport. But it didn't make sense to me. I was like, how will I keep a pregnant woman in my house and be working? So when she starts vomiting, when she starts throwing up, when she starts doing all this drama, pregnancy drama, so I will now leave the house and children I'm supposed to be tending for and tending to her. So I now called her and I asked her, I said, who is responsible for the pregnancy? She said, this one boy, that's the boy. I said, have you called him? Okay, let's go home so that you call him and let him know that, because as at that time, the next day, I went to my friend's house. So I said, let's go home so that you can call him and tell him the situation of things on ground. So when we got home in the evening, I asked her, I said, have you called him? She said, yes, she has called him, that he said she should come back to Abuja so that she can go and meet her family. She can go and meet his family members. I said, okay, no problem. Tell him to send you transport money so that to make the journey easy for you. And she just looked at me like, is he supposed to send me transport money? And I'm like, am I supposed to be the one to give you transport money again? You came to my house on Wednesday. Today is Thursday. I'm supposed to be Friday. I'm supposed to give you transport money to transport you back to Abuja. If you like, don't ask him for money. I pity you. Maybe you will trek from Lagos to Abuja. So the next day, I now asked her again in the morning, have you spoken to him about transport money? She now said, the problem is that, in fact, the day before, that's the day before that day. That's on Friday. She was like, when I asked her, have you called him? She was like, he's not picking yet. Maybe he's at work. Like when he comes back from work, he will call her back. Before she now said, he said she should come and see his parents, his family. So the next day, I now asked her, I said, has he sent you transport money? She now said, that the guy is not really working now, so he does not have money, that he had an accident last year and he has a bad leg. I was like, I thought he was the one that you told me that he was at work, and all of a sudden now he had accident, he has bad leg. So the accident did not affect that part, it's only the leg that he affected. I was like, okay, no problem, anything that you're doing, better tell him. Now you are the wife, tell him that he should hustle up money for you and the baby, so that you people can come back to Abuja and do the needful. She now said, okay, no problem, she'll talk to him. So immediately after that, I now called. That was on Friday. That incident was on Friday. I now called the agent man and said, see, I think I've tried. I give you people from now to Sunday to sort this mess out, because she's going to leave my house on Sunday. So the man was like, I should just try and bear with her. I should just keep her in the house. That she spoke to her and she said she does not know who is responsible for the pregnancy. I said, that's not what she told me. This is not what your girl told me. What your girl told me is different from what you are telling me right now. So before you know it now, he now said I should call the girl so that he can speak to the girl on the phone. So I called her out, gave her the phone. Before you know it, they started speaking Hausa. I wanted to tell them maybe we should speak English so that I can understand. But then again, I was like, what's really my business? So what I told them was, if you could like be speaking any language you are speaking, come rain, come sunshine, Sunday morning, you are leaving my house. So that was how on Saturday morning now, I woke up, I said, let me put you my transport money, because I had already spent at about 20 something thousand or thereabout on her. Let me put my transport money to good use. Since I don't have any girl, you go to the market for me now and buy meat in bulk so that you can use it. I can use it to prepare stew in my house. So I told Nancy to help me take her to the market. That was how she bought things. They came back, we cleaned, we cooked. Then later in the evening, I asked her, I said, have you heard from him? What is he saying? What are you people saying? You know that it's tomorrow you're supposed to go. She said he told her that he will call her back. So me, I was just telling her that you know that tomorrow is Sunday, so anything you people are doing is you people that know. Once it's tomorrow morning, I don't want to remind you to pack your things and be going. As I told my auntie that kitchen was dirty, clean kitchen, she did not agree to clean. Clean the top of the gas, she didn't agree to clean. When we are done, sweep from the parlor to the kitchen, she did not agree to do any one. I did all of that myself. What even amazed me was in the night, around 9, I just opened my eyes. My daughter had not bathed. Why have you not? Why has she not bathed? Immediately I went, I carried hot water. Now my pikin, no be her pikin. I bathed her. You know that this girl just lay down on the bed. She didn't even say anything. She didn't do anything. She was just lying down watching me do all the work. I said, look at you. Instead of you to even be trying to be good, you are even making matters worse for yourself. So that was how on Sunday morning, and I woke up and said, 5 to 8, you have not gotten up. I told you are leaving first thing this morning, you have not woken up. I woke her up. I said, please go and bathe. She went to go and bathe. She was so sluggish. Do you know that while she was bathing, I had to bathe my son, get him ready for church. I was just looking at her. Why are you so slow? What's happening? So while I was bathing my baby too now, so I had to beg my husband to bathe my daughter and get her ready for church. So he was inside trying to pack her things because he was in the room trying to take her things, her towel, her dress. All of a sudden, will you believe that this girl walked out stark naked from the bathroom? I was like, you know there is a man here. You heard his voice. So why are you coming out naked? I just decided that, today is your last day now. So after today, no more. Do pack your things and leave. That was how, after everything, I searched her, looked through her properties. I didn't see anything. I saw one comb. She said, she brought the comb from Abuja. I said, you brought this comb? My baby's combs are very, very unique. Before you find my children's comb anywhere. So you brought this one from Abuja. After everything, I just collected my baby's comb and told her, you know what? Be going. Just be going. And that was how she left. Do you know that the agent had the audacity to call me and tell me that I didn't give the girl transport money? That why didn't I give the girl transport money? I said, I don't understand. People think I don't know. Do I look like somebody that gets money somewhere and you will just do money come, and the money will be falling? Like, you don't even have no regret, no sympathy. Are you sure you're not the one that got this girl pregnant and you just wanted to dump her in my house? My dear, I just thank God for life. I thank God for life. I thank God for my family. I've told myself I'm going to do this journey myself for the meantime, pending when I get a reliable agency that's going to be providing me with help. So in summary, guys, this is the story of my life. Do you know that when I was even thinking of this video, at some point I got angry. I was like, I'm just going to remove my wig, and I was like, you never reach. She has left your house. She has left in peace. We'll move on. Thank you guys so much for listening to my gist today. At least as I've talked about it, I feel a little bit relieved. I feel like, okay, they have not taken advantage of me. These two people have not taken advantage of me. They've just taken my problems in life. Until I come your way again, guys, please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share with your friends and family about my tragic story of house help, about my house help drama. Until I come your way again, guys, this is me signing off.